Martin Port, author of our JCB Scrapbook. Now, we have a history in Porter Press of producing scrapbooks, publishing scrapbooks. We started off with Sterling Moss and Graham Hill, the great Murray Walker, etc., and one or two on cars. And I had a meeting several years ago at Lord Bamford's request up at the JCB headquarters. We chatted about things, including his idea, the GTO books that will be coming out in early 2021. And we talked inevitably about scrapbooks, and he said we ought to have a JCB scrapbook. And here we are. Now, this has been, I should think, a fascinating challenge for you. Do tell us about it, Martin.
Well, I mean, as a lover of utilitarian vehicles, I think getting to do a book on backhoe loaders and excavators and what have you was a bit of a delight, to be honest with you, and an honour to do a book for JCB's 75th anniversary for starters. But when you work with a company such as JCB with a vast archive, it really was a pleasure, and actually made my life difficult and easier in the same strike, to be honest with you, because there's so much material to choose from. Some amazing pictures. It's difficult to know what to leave out.
Well, this is the sort of the fun aspect, really, of the scrapbook concept, because it's quite sort of multi-dimensional. Not only do you have the story to some extent in text, in bite-sized chunks, but all these wonderful illustrations. You don't have to stick. It's not disciplined. You don't have to stick to just photographs. You can have adverts and correspondence and all sorts of ephemera, which I think brings it alive. And your mini scrapbook is fantastic. It brings every aspect of the mini story into between the covers. And here we are again with JCB, which is looking fantastic. I think it's because they had so much wonderful advertising material, didn't they, over the years? It's more than just diggers. It's an amazing brand, as you've said, but also it's of interest to children. Children love diggers. It's of interest, I hope, to people who work on construction sites and in farming and so on. So it's a very, very broad spectrum that this book should be appealing to. And it's so attractive. It's such an attractive form, in my opinion, of putting over the story.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everyone I've spoken to about this book have just been overwhelmingly positive. Wow, I can't wait to see it. As you say, children and adults alike from all walks of life. I think it's the appeal is universal, put it that way. And as you say, JCB are a company who they were innovative from the outset in terms of advertising. And the important thing is that they recorded all of that early work as well, so well. That we've included a lot of it in this scrapbook. And as you say, the material that we've had hasn't just been press and publicity material. They've had the longest running in-house magazine of any major company. It's been going since the 1960s. So the irreverent stories that build up the entire picture of somewhere like JCB and the JCB family it's just been great to include, because it's such a there's some humor, there's some fact, there's some wow moments on top of all the innovation that has happened over the last 75 years.
It's a wonderful story. It's a very charismatic British success story. It's a great engineering success story. I'm very proud indeed to have published this book.